The elections may end in November, but Epstein is forever.
TMK Politics Now with your host, Maximus Kane. Unfiltered, reliable, fearless.
Drill that into your head. Drill it into your head right now. Because no matter what he does, there is still going to be an election. Whether there's a war, whether there's martial law. Let me ask you, did you vote in 2020? Did someone that you know vote in 2020? If a global pandemic could not stop the elections and Donald Trump was president, what makes you think that this is going to stop the elections? Ask yourself that. If a global pandemic can't stop us, why would this? Why would martial law? Now, when it comes to the Epstein files, Donald Trump is stuck with that for the rest of his life and beyond that. When I am long gone, and you're long gone, who's watching this video, when they teach about all the presidents of the United States and they get to president number 45 and president number 47, guess what? For the rest of eternity, his name is always going to be forever linked to Jeffrey Epstein. And whether we get the information and the proof that we want or not, his name and Jeffrey Epstein's will always be connected forever. Nothing's going to change that. Nothing's going to change the elections. And if voting through a global pandemic isn't enough to convince you that nothing will change the elections, I don't know what will. In an 8-minute video the other day, Donald Trump told the Iranian people that this may be your only chance to get your country back. No, this was a calculated distraction. It was a Wizard of Oz, do not look behind that curtain moment. But he used this to tell people, this is your only chance. Really? This is what you did. Now that's a lot of people. I don't know how many it was, but if you couldn't see, watch it back, pause it, look as far as you can, you'll see a sea of people. And when they yell death to America, I want you to be very clear. The foreign minister, Abbas Arachi, made it very clear that death to America does not mean you or me. It does not mean us as American people. No, it is to the administration, the death to the arrogance of the stupidity of a one person, one man whose leadership is arrogant and ignorant. You can't bomb your way to peace, is what he said. From our weapons alone, we hit a school in Manab that killed 165 people, primarily children. From Renee Good to Alex Preddy, to Sarah Beckstrom in Washington, D.C., and to today, the 3 servicemen who died in Kuwait are all the result of failed leadership and stupidity by the man sitting at Mar-a-Lago or at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue on his orange fat ass. Then Lindsey Graham literally said that anyone who died during this epic fury, which is what this campaign is called, is giving an honorable sacrifice and an honorable death. Is it? In 1944, the people from the greatest generation that fought in World War II, they had honorable sacrifices and death because they were trying to stop a global dictator. It's a bipartisan check, a reality check. First, this is a death sentence for Republicans when the midterms come around, especially if anybody who is running supports him. But Senator Warner from Washington, a Democrat, Senator Rand Paul from Kentucky, Thomas Massie, all of them were against this, and there were military intelligence that said there was no imminent threat. And I'm going to tell you exactly how there was no imminent threat. And I'm going to tell you that. But first, I want you to look at a clip of a video of 2 anchors. One, Richard Engel, who asks the foreign minister that I was talking about earlier, Abbas Arachi, ask a very simple, direct question, and he answers in less than 1 second. And then the stupidity of Kristen Welker asking one of the dumbest questions I have ever heard a journalist ask in my entire goddamn life.
So for clarity, you said that your missiles cannot reach the United States by design, that you do not want to reach the United States, but you also said it would be necessary as a defensive vehicle that you could if necessary. So to be clear, are you committing that Iran is not and will not build missiles that would have the capability to reach the United States?
I can confirm, yes.
Sir, if that's a red line for you, why is attacking U.S. military bases abroad justified?
But because they are attacking us.
Now, you heard Richard Engel ask if he could commit, if the foreign minister could commit that they would not have any weapons that could reach the United States. And he said he purposely made sure that they would not exceed 2,000 kilometers or 1,243 miles. Let me give you the distance between Iran and Washington, D.C. It is 10,615 kilometers or 6,596 miles. The point, they would not even make it 20% towards the United States before they fail. There was no imminent threat. Then when she asked oh my God, it was the dumbest question I've ever heard. When she said, how can you justify attacking military bases? It would be the same reason if somebody attacked our military bases. We would attack back and we would defend ourselves. They're doing the exact same thing. Oh, bitch, you're attacking us. What are we supposed to do? Sit there with our dicks in our hands? And if you think it's just overseas, for the people who are watching this, if you want to talk your bullshit, your rhetoric, if you come in here, don't worry. I'll get rid of your shit because you don't know anything. The poll numbers say that only 27% of Americans approve what Donald Trump is doing. That means only 1 in 4 Americans approve of what Donald Trump is doing. 73 Americans, 73% of the country do not approve of what's happening right now. Numbers do not lie. You cannot change that shit. You can't give a diversion from the Epstein files because you're trying to start a war, because we have not declared war on any country since World War II. Claiming that there won't be an election on the 3rd of November in 2026, bullshit beyond belief. And this is where I said it would hit your wallet. Right now, Iran has almost total control of the Strait of Hormuz. If you don't know what the Strait of Hormuz is, let me just tell you, it's where 20% of all oil goes through. There are going to be supply chains that are going to be disrupted, and you're going to see gas go from wherever it is now to higher. Let me give you a story real quick. In 2005, when I was working at Geico, I went to work and I went in at 8:45. Gas was almost $3. At that time, we were in Iraq and there were insurgents that were leading up to a big raid on the 30th of January. When I came out, gas was $6.38. That happened over a 7-hour period. And it just kept going up. Then we would see a dip and then it would go up again. I'd never seen gas that high. They'll be disrupted. And not just gas, I'm talking about everything from supply chains to food to what you see if you order anything. Although the markets were closed yesterday, so far, price of oil has gone up. So on Monday, we could see a catastrophic dip in the S&P, the Dow. If you don't have stocks, it's not going to affect you there, but it still will hit your wallet when the supply chains stop. That is what makes the Dow and the S&P and everything else go up or down. It's got nothing to do with what happens if somebody invests or doesn't invest. And how can Donald Trump actually defend the $1.99 of gas? I'm going to end with this. In Dr. Martin Luther King's first book in 1958, The Stride for Freedom, he had a very nice quote in there, but I'm going to paraphrase it. I'm going to change it a little bit. He said, hate begets hate. Violence begets violence. Toughness begets a greater toughness. We must meet the forces of hate with power of love. Our aim must not ever be to defeat or humiliate our enemies, but to win their friendship and understanding. And it begins with that paraphrasing. The actual quote begins, "The ultimate weakness of violence is that it is a descending spiral begetting the very thing that seeks to destroy." What Donald Trump hoped that the people of Iran would do and gather together and try and take their country back, he made a mistake. And now it's backfiring on him. Everything that he has been doing has been backfiring. But what I am going to do is continue to tell everyone who watches, everyone who needs that glimmer of hope, everyone who needs the truth, I'm going to keep telling you the truth. For people who are watching this whole thing on TikTok and you want to see where I got my sources, go to YouTube. The sources will be right there. And you could decide to look at all of them or just some of them. Most of them are going to tell you the same thing. But I'll tell you, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I'll see you in the next video.